To uncover the whereabouts of his wife's killer, Casey ventured alone into their territory. He effortlessly took down several henchmen. After settling the fight, Casey slowly picked up a knife from the ground and pressed it against one henchman's throat.
Where is he? Where's Goro?
But no matter how much Casey pressed him, the loyal thug refused to yield, steadfastly refusing to reveal his boss's whereabouts. Enraged and humiliated, Casey showed no mercy, sending him to meet his maker with 2 swift blows. Unexpectedly, just as he returned to the hotel and before he could rest, several heavily armed mercenaries suddenly burst through the door. Realizing the danger, Casey seized the moment to launch a swift counterattack, easily defusing the immediate threat. However, the enemy's numbers were overwhelming, forcing him to fight his way out. Though his agility allowed him to break through the initial assault, the mercenaries' relentless flanking eventually trapped him. Confused about his capture, it wasn't until he was escorted to the police station and confronted by the local chief that Casey realized he was being held as an accomplice to the drug lord.
What do you want with Goro? Why are you asking about Goro?
The chief immediately ordered his henchmen to torture him, attempting to extract the real reason behind Casey's visit to the boss. Instantly, a thug plugged in the device, spat a glob of phlegm, and pressed a 1,000-degree iron directly onto Casey's calf. The acrid smell of burning flesh filled the air. Even under such brutal torment, Casey, already suffering excruciating pain from the burns, Kathy stubbornly insisted he was merely here as a tourist. Seeing Kathy remain so defiant at this critical juncture enraged the warden twice over, prompting him to order his henchmen to unleash another round of torture. At that moment, his wife's image flashed through Casey's mind. He knew he couldn't give up until he avenged her. Cleverly feigning unconsciousness, he finally made the warden stop. But just as 2 guards turned to leave, they were stunned to find Casey, who had been lying on the floor moments before, vanished into thin air. Sensing trouble, they grabbed their weapons and rushed to investigate, unaware that Casey had already risen, standing menacingly behind them. 2 piercing screams echoed as the guards were knocked unconscious on the spot. Casey swiftly donned their uniforms, blending in as a prison guard. He made his way unimpeded to the warden's office. Before the warden could recover from his panic, Casey executed a brutal shoulder throw, slamming him face first onto the desk.
Where is he? Where's Goro?
Under Casey's relentless interrogation, the warden finally revealed the gang leader's whereabouts. Now, Casey's mission was clear: infiltrate the crime boss's hideout alone to avenge his wife.